Hi everyone, Bruja Melissa of the Witch's Lair Occult. Before I get to the main purpose of the video, just a short little announcement. I've had people asking me, the Maybon Community Ritual Service, the deadline to get your petitions in is September 11th, which is next Friday if I'm not mistaken. The price to participate in it is $25, and that'll include all the things that go into the carga bag, the spiritual bath that goes with it, as well as the oil that can be used with the bag. So any further information on that, feel free to contact me on my website, thewitcheslayeroccult.com. Also on Facebook page by the same name. So, and I apologize for the little dog barking in the background. Main reason for this little video is there are things I want you to consider, sit down and really think about before you decide to bring and work with La Santisima Muerte in your life. I have seen it a million times with other religious practices. She becomes a magical fashion fad, as I call it, for the moment until something else comes along, and then she gets tossed and discarded and ignored and whatnot. So one of the things I want you to consider is why. First and foremost, why do you want to work with La Santisima Muerte? Is it because you heard that she works with anybody and everybody? Well, there's a little disclaimer to that, and that is that she only accepts and works with those that are truly dedicated to her. So if you are willing to take the time to really get to know her, to really dedicate yourself to her, if you're willing to accept the repercussions and some would say consequences of bringing her into your life, especially if you have children, because we all know that other kids are mean and cruel, and so are adults, especially family members that do not understand. So, and to a degree, it's a huge life-changing thing when you decide to work with La Santisima Muerte, because she will change your life. There are things that she will, if they're not good for you, she will take them and rip them out of your life. And she does it because it's what's best for you, even though you may not see it at first. So, something for you to think about. Are you also willing to take the time to really dedicate yourself to her? Dedicate yourself to learning the ways of the cult, even though some people don't like to use that word, with her? But are you willing to do it? Are you willing to learn how to do her rosary? Are you willing to say her prayers? Are you willing to follow the 10 mandamientos, which can only be translated as best as the 10 commandments that she has? Yes, she does have commandments for those of her following. She actually does have seals that people can work with. There are 7 sacred seals. You can find them in her sacred Bible. Yes, she does have a Bible, and unfortunately there's about 3 copies of it that I've seen, and they're all in Spanish. I've yet to find one in English for those of you that are English devotees. More than likely someone will probably have to make one up, or at least translate a Spanish one into an English. And I think the one thing that people have the hardest time with is the fact that there is a lot of Catholicism in her practice. But I've learned that it is how she likes things. There are certain things that I have incorporated into my practice with her without having to take the Catholicism out. Simply because while I grew up Catholic and over the many years I had a falling out with Catholicism, I got into witchcraft, I got into hoodoo, I got into Santeria, I got into Espiritismo, I got into Palo, Haitian voodoo. You know, I learned to respect the way the practices are done. And when we are working with Santisima Muerte, that is one of the things above all, is to respect her and respect her practice. So I've learned to just work with the Catholicism that is part of her practice. I don't try to strip it, because in a sense it would be stripping her of her dignity, of her identity, and then I would have nothing. Really just a statue. There wouldn't be anything else to her. But I do celebrate the Wheel of the Year with her. She does like that because I change her altar. She's over here. That coincide with the changing of the seasons. I've worked with the Seals of Moses with her. I've incorporated that into my workings with her. I've also incorporated the Greater Keys of Solomon with her. But there are things that I do it within the boundaries and respect of the practice that goes with her. I don't try to change it all around just because certain things don't resonate with me. In all honesty, if there's things with her practice that don't resonate with you, then she as a whole doesn't resonate with you. And I would suggest at that point that you don't even bother and move on. But there's a lot, just right there, there's a lot for you to think about. So I hope everybody has a great Monday, and see you next time.